Well, hello once again. This is Mark, of course, with SkyTour LiveStream, bringing you the deep sky one more time. This is sort of one of the last hurrahs for Orion. This is the Orion Nebula, and it is just beautiful. This is what it looks like from farther away, and then we zoom in on it. This is what it looks like up close. I particularly like some of these really faint stars that we can see in here, which I really think are gorgeous. Stars like this right here, you see these these three. Those are beautiful. Really adore those particular three. They have a beautiful reddish hue on this one, a brighter blue, and then a red there. And of course, this is the trapezium, the core of the nebula, which is really lighting it up, causing it to glow in the light of O3 and hydrogen alpha, oxygen, doubly ionized oxygen O3, and H2, the ionized hydrogen, and it's really pretty. So that's what we're seeing here in the nebula. And of course, there's other areas in the nebula, like down here and over here, where you actually see a lot of convolutions of other detail, which I just find astonishing. And so it's pretty cool. Loving it. So I figured that tonight we'll just do a stream to show you a little bit of Orion, the last bit. Let's go over to our regular view here. Okay, yeah, and there we go. Actually have something else to do while I'm out here, which is something I haven't done yet. I gotta add one more bit of business. I have to start up the connection to the telescope, which I did, but I didn't do the other part that I needed to. So you get to see a little behind the scenes connections of the telescope. Okay. And then once that's up, we're going to start up our planetarium right here. Sort of looking behind the scenes here, which is kind of cool. And then we're going to start up this guy right here. We have a lot of developments in SkyTour LiveStream. We've actually come up with some very, very cool stuff that we're going to be able to utilize here quite well. One of them you'll see in coming week or so, maybe days, probably a week, and that's going to be that we're going to be able to take different filters and put them in and use them throughout the course of the night, and you'll actually be able to see them change. You'll see the filters change as we go from one to the next, because I got this thing called a filter wheel, and the filter wheel is going to allow us to shift between some of the very high-end filters that we're using and some of the lesser high-end. I bought a very high-end filter just recently, and it's really quite astonishing what it can do. I'm really amazed by it. So, and of course we have a new camera in the dome, which you see over here, called Blue Cam, and it allows us to actually we can move the camera around, and we can actually zoom in at will to different areas and check the equipment. We can even read the hand controller, see? Okay, so we can actually do that if we want to. We can turn on and off the night vision, which we have on right now. And if we did that, you would actually be able to see, like if I turn it off right now, you'll see now that it gets dark in there, but we can read the hand controller, because the controller is written up there. And that says focus. Fine. Okay, I have it in the wrong place, so I'm going to move that as well. So how are you guys doing? Everything good? I had a good show with SkyTour Radio tonight. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed your company there, those that made it. Okay, so let me just I'll move the cam out of the way, by the way, so that we can see stuff in the view that's a little bit easier to view, because that's sort of a bright little spot down there in the corner. But anyway, you can see that we're looking out of this end of the dome here. Okay, and we're looking toward the western horizon right now, and you can see the telescope aiming at the western horizon. So let's see who's here. How we go? Hey, Laura Newbert's here. How you doing? Nice to see you. Charles is here. Tim F. All right, you're here, and we've got Lem Wezer. Yeah, no problem, man. This escape for you, and for me, it's my lifestyle. Just a little announcement here. The Arizona Observatory is on schedule. We are talking to people that have the buildings for us to either make the roll-off roof, or maybe there's another option for us. We'll be checking on that. So far, so good. It's looking really good. And I'm pleased to say that we have a lot of help out there. Companies are basically bending over backwards to help us out, which is really kind of nice. And the night sky is going to be like none other, as we'll see. Okay, this will be a 15-second at 8,000 on the Orion Nebula here. Hey, Grumpy House, how's it going? Nice to see you here. Dagger, what's going on, brother? It's really good to see you guys here. It feels good, actually, that you're around. And let's see. Okay, there's an interesting view of the nebula. Yeah, I got it. It's because it's on an angle like it is. It's sort of rotated, so I have to do this and bring it back. Actually, Orion Nebula's looking beautiful tonight. Not bad for its location in the sky. It's kind of low to the ground, and we can show that easily enough by coming back to here actually, and bringing up our planetarium. You can actually see where Orion is out here. You can see that if I do this. All right. You can see now that Orion is actually kind of low to the ground. Not bad, though. I have to say, not bad for what we're looking at. I've actually bought a new filter to use with this, and I had it on the scope a little while ago, but I took it off because it's a specialty filter. It's called a narrowband filter. And the narrowband filters allow us to see only particular lights from a location in the spectrum that is where the red hydrogen comes in, which is this. Okay, and it also looks only at this particular blue in the nebula. Okay, that's called oxygen 3. It also looks at another blue, like hydrogen beta, which is kind of more like this here. And it looks at what's called sulfur 2, which is ionized sulfur. So that's another. That filter, just that piece of glass, that 2-inch diameter piece of glass, was over $1,000. But the results are stupendous. But for a live astronomy, it's not tailored for that. This is more for when we're doing our own research and we want to do narrowband imaging. That's what we would do. That's what we would use. So unfortunately, I'm sure I'll bring it up. I'm sure I'll have it for you to see, and I'll bring it into the stream at some point and show you what's going on, because I know you'd like to see it. I know you'd enjoy it. Okay, so Let's see, it's a Sunday night at 11 o'clock. How about that? Well, the stream won't be that long, but I'm just trying to do the last gasp of Orion here. Let's, we've seen the Orion Nebula. I do want to take one more shot here to show you. We're going to do 8,000, but we're only going to do like let's do 5 seconds. So we're only going to do a really short exposure, and there's a reason. But first, let me first take this and bring it a little further this way. Okay. All right. And now we'll do 5 seconds at 8,000. Hey there, Marianne. Marianne's here. Oh, Amanda. Yeah, I had to start without you, Amanda. I'll call you right now. I'm calling Amanda now, so pardon the noise.
Hey.
Sorry. It was not intentional. I actually told it to start streaming, and I was like, what am I doing? I was supposed to wait for you. I think it's because Daryl was going to join us, but he's just not up to it. He did the show with us tonight on SkyTour Radio, but he's actually not quite up to it. So it was nice that he told me. So now we actually, I just got you with me now, and I think that'll do because you've been with me for a long time on SkyTour LiveStream, haven't you? Mm-hmm. Now here is your Orion Nebula that you like so much. And we're kind of showing it a little color corrected right now. So I'm not sure if you like that. I think you like some of the different colors that we use when we do the different colors. There's some different colors that we use. Let me see if I can find those. Well, this is a good shot because this is something that's to show you a little bit about the nebula. If you notice, this nebula has this modeling in the middle here. It's a really interesting modeling in the center of this nebula. You can see that this is very complex gas patterns in here. And it's dense relative to the rest of the interstellar medium out here. But the Orion Nebula is more like a blister on a large, dark complex of molecular clouds. You can see some of these. You can see some of these clouds are, leaking in basically. Let me just do it this way. Some of these dark clouds from the molecular complex are kind of poking into the bright area. They go all the way back here and all throughout here, and they're up in here. They're all throughout here. So there's a lot of dark nebula all throughout this, and the stars light up these areas, which is pretty cool, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, I'm seeing it on delay here, not screen sharing.
Oh, well, that's pretty mean of me. Mm-hmm. And you agree. Okay. Let me share the screen so you can see the right screen. Okay. Now Amanda will not be complaining because she can see everything that I see now in real time.
Thank you.
Hey, Daniel Whittaker. Nice to see you. And Daily Side, what's going on? Thanks for coming on over. Tara, what's happening? That's Tara. Tara visited the observatory site, as did Marianne. Of course, Marianne had been someone that was helping all along with the observatory, so she's been very good in helping me get this thing underway. Without her, I don't know that it would be going together as quick as it is. So look at this beautiful, man. All right, now let's take a deep photo of this just so we can check it out and see what we got. It is rapidly getting low to the horizon, but still, it's not looking bad, is it? Yeah. Hey, live Arizona skies. What's going on, man? Are you in live Arizona? Are you in Tucson by any chance? I can't remember. Do you remember? Amanda?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Okay.
But Grumpy House wants to know if you will be able to capture asteroid 2019 EA2 next week.
Oh, maybe. If it's going to be anywhere in our range of viewing, we will see it. For sure. Okay, we're going to do 13 seconds at 8,000 now.
North Phoenix.
Okay, that's good. Laura,
Do you know anything about the new planets discovered near Mercury?
Yeah, I don't think there are new planets near Mercury. I think we discovered a lot of new planets out in the Kuiper Belt, which is beyond Neptune. We call those trans-Neptunian objects. We actually talked about that on the show, on SkyTour Radio. You were there, Amanda. You remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you check this out, so Laura, I don't think that they were near Mercury, but it's okay. I do remember that there were new planets discovered. Yes. Oh, Amanda, know what you don't know about yet?
Tell me.
You don't know about this feature I have now.
Oh, I heard about it.
Yeah, I can draw all kinds of pictures now all over my screen. The whole point is obviously to be able to point out something of import. You know, if you're trying to show something, you can actually put in what you need directly. And I'll be getting a tablet because I'm a lefty, not a righty. So drawing with a mouse isn't natural for me. So I have to do I have to be able to write with my left hand. So if I'm going to draw illustrations on the screen, I have to actually do it with my left hand. Yeah, nothing's a lefty. Nothing's for lefties, you know. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay. All right, now I'm going to test something. Hold on one second. You're streaming? Yeah, it's streaming now. Okay, so now let me do something here. I'm going to actually pump these times up because now with this new telescope system, I should be able to do exposures up to 5 minutes without any problems. So I'm going to try a 30-second shot now just to test my settings. I tune the settings to see if I can use them, and sometimes it can, sometimes it can't, but I think that they'll work. Hey, Eugene is here. How you doing? Greetings, Eugene. Laura, what happened with your getting online? What are you saying? Just able to get online now? What happened? Wow. Let me go back here.
Maybe because she missed the show earlier.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Maybe that's what she had. Very good point. Maybe so. Wow. So look at this. This is 30 seconds now on the Orion Nebula. You can see some of this additional stuff out here. This feathery stuff is all in the doubly ionized oxygen O3 realm. It's really pretty. Really nice. And my favorite little stars over here, these three little guys right here. I think those are so cool. You can see how their stellar winds have kind of cleared the area out there. Really neat. Stars act like little battering rams against this debris and against the gas that's out there. Yeah. Cool. Excuse me. So, I gotta use a cough drop here. No, it's not Corona. Because I talked all night. If you recall. Wow, that's pretty. Okay, now I'm going to go up and just do a full minute and see how I'm doing with the the telescope. It won't be long, and we're going to be doing this live from Arizona, and I'll initially be doing it all from Connecticut. It'll work just like we see here. There won't be any delays. It's not going to be anything like that. I'll connect to the telescope the same way I'm connecting to this one here. That's great, Eugene. I'm glad you're doing great. So we're on bulb right now, and traditionally a bulb meant an exposure for as long as you wanted. So I'm doing a 1 minute exposure right now. And if you tune the telescope right, you should be able to do exposures that are long or short. And as you can see, that's not quite right. I'm going to have to do that again. So you're joining me for testing is what you're doing tonight, guys. And I have to do more than one because I could be reaching a place where there's something called periodic error in the drivetrain. And when you have periodic error, what happens is you get some trailing in the stars. But this system should be able to follow. Should be able to follow and should be able to make amends and take care of that. So it's a matter of training. Hey, Dr. Fox, what's going on? Yeah, so we'll see how it looks here after this minute. I always love this star right here. This star is so beautiful. Probably a carbon star. You know, a big red supergiant with lots of carbon in its atmosphere. It makes it very, very red at the surface. And of course, it's very cool as well, because red means cool, as Amanda was telling you tonight on SkyTour Radio. And blue means hot. Okay, still had the same thing, so... okay, I'm gonna go make a change here. And this won't mean anything to you guys because I know what I'm pressing and where I'm going with it, but you don't, so that's silly, I know, but it is what it is. So I'm going to go down, and go down one more. Enter. And set this number in here to 10. And then enter. And now, let's see if it makes a difference. All right, here we go.
Tron wants to know if a purple sun would be possible. Why would you think that?
Well, that's interesting because neutron stars are about the hottest, most energetic things we have, and they're actually blue. But when you say purple, much of their energy that's given off, as is with other stars too, even O-type stars, is in the ultraviolet. So, although not in the visible purple, that's overwhelmed by the blue, hot blue. They are giving off most of their energy in that ultraviolet. Okay, so there are UV stars, and some of these hotter stars at that end of the spectrum are the ones that give off this very, very, very high energy, and will indeed be ultraviolet stars. Okay, not yet. Interesting. Look at that. Remember before the error was up and down, now it's sideways. That tells me what I gotta do next. It's called tuning. Okay, so I'm gonna tune again. So we go here, go down one more, and now we're gonna enter here and say 10. I did this, you gotta tune. And I usually do this before I go live, but I figured that way not. I don't mind if you see this. It's kind of cool to watch the workings going on. Then we'll do another minute and see. This might be better. Hey Tron, man, how's it going? And thanks, Dr. Fox, for smashing that thumbs up. That's very kind. It's a beautiful night, Tron, man. It's gorgeous here. I'm okay. I'm doing fine. The Arizona site is coming along nicely. Thanks to Marianne, Rob, and my work. She's helped me quite a lot out there. I'm going to have to name the observatory after her, I'm sure. She's doing so much work out there. All right, let's see what we get now. Let's find out. Okay, getting better. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to do one more now. But I'm going to do it now for only 30 seconds. And this time we're going to do it. Rumble. What's the rumble?
Did you see what Tron said? They heard SETI has been ended, and now they're going to complete all the data.
Actually, that's partially right. The thing that they quote-unquote ended was SETI at home, where you could download a program and have your computer crunch numbers for them overnight when you're not using your computer. Mm-hmm. But they have so much data to go through that they've had to basically shut down SETI at home because there's no chance of them going through the data. Isn't that crazy?
Wow. That's crazy.
Yep.
I never thought a place like that would shut down.
Well, it didn't. SETI at home shut down. SETI's not.
Well, yeah, but...
Yeah.
It's a great resource to have.
Mm-hmm. But they've already outlasted their usefulness in terms of... Not outlasted, but they've actually got their data stacked up for years and years and years to come. I'm going to go up to the Running Man here. Okay. I don't know, Nora. It may be outdated, but remember, they could always say to you, you got to download a new version of the program, and basically it can be updated. See what I mean? So it's possible, but I think they control that because they control the version of the program you have. So they could always update it and bring it down. The trouble is the data that they're getting is so far beyond their capability to deal with because there's so much of it. It was wildly successful, not just moderately successful. It was wildly, so far beyond their wildest dreams that they had to shut it down because they don't have a way to analyze all this data in like the next many, many tens of years.
I'd still want new data coming in all the time.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I say they just turn it over to the people that are taking the data. and have them do all the research themselves. You know? I think that would be great. Uh-oh, looks like we have, no, don't tell me. Actually, we can figure this out. I will check right now. Here's the all-sky camera, guys, that we're using. This will be in place out in Arizona as well. You see the telescope in the dome here. And I can turn off the operations for now. And you can see that it's actually a really nice night. I have it set to that level. I can alter this a little bit. Let's see if I can make this a little bit different. I've altered it so that we could see more detail in the sky. So this ultra sensitive camera, you see, okay, if you're looking for Orion, see how low it is? There's Orion way out here. There's the belt, and there's the Orion Nebula that we were just focusing on. Now we're looking just above at the Running Man. So it's quite low in the sky, you know. And you might notice over here the Big Dipper, 1, 2, 3 stars, and the bowl of the Big Dipper here, and it points to the North Star right here. See? So there we go. Yep. And then we have back over here, this is Capella, which is over the house. This is Gemini Twins, Castor and Pollux. It really is pretty cool. And then every so often, as this updates, we'll see another one. We just make sure it's, hold on, let me make sure it's actually doing it. Auto apply, save, and continuous. Okay, there we go. Yep, so it'll keep going for as long as I tell it to. So that's in the background. So that's the night tonight. Looks good. But I believe, I think, matter of fact, I'm going to go check them one more time. Yeah, see, the telescope's right at the edge, and it's sort of hitting the dome there, which is why we're getting that little bit of light. So now I need to go and move it. I don't want to go back out there. It's 25 degrees. Hey there, Light Being. How you doing? All right. So, Amanda, can you entertain while I run outside quick?
Oh my goodness. I don't know what to say.
Tell them about some of the stories that you sent me.
I don't know about any of those stories.
I'll be right back.
Okay. So I hope everyone's having a nice evening. It's nice that we can all be together in this community tonight. If Mark leaves his camera on, we might actually see him moving things outside. I don't know if we'll see him. We might. I don't know. I don't know if he'd think to wave or not. Hope everyone's weather is nice. Hope everyone's staying safe. I don't want to talk about it, but it's hard not to. Have to think about what else is going on in the world. I don't really know. It's cold here. It's not really raining or snowing or anything. Hope everyone's doing all right, anxiety-wise. I feel like we're just getting so bombarded. I feel like... I don't know. I feel like I'm slightly going crazy, actually. I'm up here in Nova Scotia, Canada, and we just had our first 3 presumptive cases announced. I don't know if it was last night or today, but I was supposed to go to a play this afternoon. They rescheduled. Things are closing down around here. I don't know. It's different when you're watching from further away, you know, when it's happening to other places, but now that it's here. I don't know why it bothers me. I don't really go out that much anyway, so. I just hope everyone is, you know, mentally dealing with it well. I agree, Tron. I agree.
How'd you do?
I don't know. Maybe I depressed them all.
Oh. Why? What'd you talk about?
Corona.
Hey there,
I
James.
just hope everyone's doing mentally well with it, that's all.
Well, you know, the way I look at it is that the coronavirus is certainly a problem. However, the coronavirus is also not yet showing itself to be killing people in the same numbers as the regular seasonal flu. You know, between 14 and 19,000 people die a year from that. And
well, exactly.
So far,
but I mean,
so far, Corona's only killed 5,000 or so. I say only. I mean, that's still huge, of course. We don't want anyone to die, but when you think about it.
No, I know. That's exactly what I'm thinking, but, you know, borders aren't being shut down over the seasonal flu. You know what I mean?
I know, but see, the question becomes, why is it that borders are being shut down? Is it because of some, you know, the way it transmits? I'm sure that there's something to it. And I'm not stupid. I understand that there's reason to do this. But it's not really a panic situation, you know. But the media is not helping. Okay, they're being very kind of moronic actually about this, which I don't appreciate. I really don't appreciate the media's take on all this. Can you hear that noise?
I do now.
Oh, that's the telescope moving. So now I that's another change I made. I got the telescope, the noise piped in so people can hear the telescope move. Because I missed that when I was in the dome. Everybody heard that. Like, oh, that's cool. Telescope's moving.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like I didn't move it quite enough. Oh, no, I did. Okay. Yeah, I did. We're closing in on this particular galaxy on Messier 95. Hey, Tronman, you say that. You know what? That could be what the Valcamonica aliens in the cave pictographs were doing. And it could be the source. What he says is, you know, I'll invent a helmet that will just project an energy field that will zap any bacteria and viruses that are incoming. Yeah. I think that has actually been something observed by ancient peoples. If there were visitors to this planet, they have probably used that technique. And the reason that they had done so, as far as I can tell, is because of the fact that when you look at all these ancient deities that are on rock walls and also in paintings in caves, and then in Renaissance paintings, all the deities have halos around their heads. Now, what's the halo? You know, the halo is something I think that was observed because it crosses cultural lines. You see it on the deities in Australia for the Wandjina. You see it in the You see it in the way that you see it in a variety of other cultures that never spoke to each other. See? Cultures that never spoke to each other. And yet there it is. They're there. So, I'm not sure what it really means. Okay, I was supposed to be closing in on Measure 95, and it looks like a bust. We didn't see it. How come? Well, let's try it. I mean, it should have found it because it's also possible that when it was looking for the star, it didn't find the right star. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell it to actually go to a star. I'm going to have it go to this star. Okay, we're going to go to this star. Okay. And okay, so it's going over there. It's hunting down Regulus, which it did. I saw it zipping through. Alright, now we're going to take a 20-second shot here and see if we have it. Hey there, Kimmy. Okay, so what it's telling me is that the telescope alignment is not 100% correct. Alright, so what are we going to do about it? We are going to go to Regulus, and we're going to check that out. If we can get this bright Regulus into view, and we should be okay. I suspect that's true, Arizona skies. I have to look and see. Okay, we would have seen. Alright, so it thinks it's on Regulus right now, and it's absolutely not. So, it tells me that the telescope alignment is not proper. So, let me try something here. I moved westward a little bit. Now I come back. telescope thinks it is not the right place. Let's try. Let's try something else. Sorry about the delay, guys. I'm trying to figure out what's going wrong here. I do suspect that it's the telescope alignment, which is actually going to ruin the night for us. I had no problem finding the stuff in Orion, so clearly something changed. Let's see if I can get us to here. I just have to find a star so I could sync on it, so to speak, and if I can, I'm all set. But I gotta see. Well, it's actually rare that the telescope has an issue, but it did tonight. Sadly. We always have the all sky.
So what happened? Is it because the new filter is acting up?
No, I actually, the telescope alignment, which I did earlier tonight, seems to have dropped its alignment. So now I can't align on anything. This is something that I could face if it was all the way across the country. So I have to work out ways to counter these things. But what I have to do now is I have to go back out here, and I've got to work to try and fix what went wrong out there. And if folks want to stick around and hang out, well then what I'll do is I'll go out there. Go out there and let you watch. It's up to you if you want to. Hey, Terry Groff is here too. Great to see you, man.
Yeah, I don't think people mind the delay. They enjoy the sights you're bringing them, and
yeah,
other people might have these problems.
Terry, I know you see black because, well, unfortunately, we have no control sometimes. The telescope acts up. But let me go out and realign it, okay? So you get to watch this process, I think. So I'll be back. I'll be back, Amanda.
Okay. Let's see. I am going to look. I have been sending Mark a few stories that I find. I read different headlines and stuff, and if I think it might be of interest to him, I send it along, and he's been looking at a few, the last few episodes of SkyTour Radio on kgraradio.com. So let me see if I can find any of interest. Maybe this isn't a good idea because I'm not really going to understand what I'm reading. We'd need Mark here for that. This one was from a few days ago. It said, astronomers observe a nightmarish exoplanet so hot that it rains iron at night. That's kind of weird. In the constellation of Pisces, 640 light years from Earth. It's a gas giant WASP 76b. And it orbits its star at 1.8 days. I think Mercury takes 84 days to go around our sun. We take 365 and a little. That's why we have leap years every 4 years. It takes about, 365 and like a quarter days every year to make it around our sun. Okay, it says temperatures exceed 2,400 degrees Celsius or 4,350 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to vaporize iron. But when day turns to night, the temperature cools enough for the iron vapor to condense again into scorching liquid that rains down towards the planet's interior.
Okay, I think you're right then.
This planet, again, WASP 76b, small b, was discovered and announced back in 2016, and it's known as a hot Jupiter.
Thank you for that call.
So that's interesting.
Okay, thank you so much.
Kind of interesting. I don't know. Do you guys think it's interesting? Just one of the stories I clicked on here. I'm looking at sciencealert.com. They have different sections. I like the space section for interesting things going on. See, we always find these exoplanets, but I don't think many have been in the habitable zone, so it's kind of disappointing. And Mark just put me on hold. But I think if I answer this call I'm going to try to answer Mark. Hold on. Oh. No, he hung up on me. Mark, I see you, Mark. Can you hear me? Can YouTube hear me? Who's YouTube hearing? Hold on. Okay, you guys are hearing me. Hold on here. He's trying to call me on his cell phone out in the dome. But I thought if I picked up his call on his phone, that you guys wouldn't be able to hear us. Now the camera just paused. I don't know what to do. It paused. His screen paused. Oh no. And I can't get hold of him because he's on his phone out in his dome. Oh my god. Welcome to live radio, folks. Okay, well, let me look for another story then, because I don't know. Oh, hold on. Am I getting another message? Is he trying to call again? No. Hold on. Missed call. Okay. Okay, I'll look for that story, Daniel, but I don't know if I can pronounce that. Abu Huraira? Huraira? don't see any recent articles about that. I found a Wikipedia link about being an archaeological site in modern Syria. But I'm not really seeing what is the story in relation to. Daniel? Yeah, the stream's still going on. I can still hear the music, and you guys can still hear me. I don't know. He's out there aligning the telescope right now. I don't know how long that takes. I don't know if he's run into any problems. I'm assuming he'll be back soon. A comet or asteroid hit the village there. Okay, let's see. Asteroid. Okay, I see an article from a few days ago. Oh, they want me to turn my ad blocker off, but I will not. Let me see if there's a different story. Okay, let's see this one. Giant asteroid apocalypse 13k years ago likely wiped out the ancient civilization. Okay, let's see. Research notes that experts discovered remnants of glass that were created during a high-impact event, as well as minerals such as calorium, iron, nickel, and others, all which formed in a temperature higher than 2200 degrees Celsius. To help with perspective, such high temperatures would completely melt an automobile in less than a minute. And it was discovered, the discovery was made at a site known as Abu Huraira. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Probably not. Actually, I know I'm not pronouncing that right. Abandoned roughly 5,000 years ago. As I said, in October 2019, a study was published that said a brief ice age period occurred roughly 12,800 years ago and was caused by an asteroid impact, after researchers found high levels of iridium and platinum in White Pond near Elgin, SC, South Carolina maybe? That doesn't really seem to flow with the last story, does it? According to NASA, the massive hole is one of the 25 largest impact craters on Earth, and is said to have rocked the northern hemisphere. Interesting. That was in the New York Post. Am I putting you guys to sleep yet? I don't know where Mark is. I don't know what to do. I'll just keep rambling. Okay, Charles is saying that it might be the first archaeological site that showed signs of being destroyed by a cosmic strike. Could be. I don't know what the Younger Dryas impact theory is. Let's look that up. Hypothesizes that Clovis comet hypothesis posits fragments of a large, more than 4 kilometers in diameter, disintegrating asteroid or comet struck North America, South America, Europe, and Western Asia about 12,800 years ago. But that's not the one that they said took out the dinosaurs. Interesting. What else should I look up, guys? Any good movies lately? I don't really watch many movies, but stand by for May. Spiral from the Book of Jigsaw. Chris Rock is actually coming out with a Saw spin-off called Spiral, and I can't wait to see it. Hopefully movie theaters will be open by then. Panoramic picture of Mars came out recently. Interesting. Ooh, it's what sunk Atlantis. Interesting. For any astronomers out there, how long does it take to realign a telescope? Oh yeah, I think I sent this story to Mark last week maybe. Voyager 2 is about to lose contact with home. Did you guys hear about that? Just trying to skim. The spacecraft, which launched over 40 years ago and now stands as NASA's longest-running space mission, was designed to venture out to the boundaries of our solar system. For decades it's done just that, but the incredible voyage is about to encounter a challenge it hasn't faced in all that long, lonesome journeying. NASA has announced that Deep Space Station 43, the only antenna on Earth that can send commands to the Voyager 2 spacecraft, is going silent. And not for a short time. Ooh. The giant dish, located in Australia and roughly the size of a 20-story office building, requires critical upgrades. The facility has been in service for almost 50 years. And of course the work comes at a cost. It says for approximately 11 months until the end of January 2021, when the repairs are expected to be complete, Voyager 2 will be totally alone, coasting into the unknown. Until it comes back online. That sucks. I'm just worried about the launch of the James Webb or whatever. If anything goes wrong, oh my god, after all that waiting and time and effort and money, and it would just be such a disappointment for everyone. It says when DSS-43 upgrades are complete, the repairs will not only bolster the communications with Voyager 2, but will future-proof the facility for other upcoming missions, including future Mars missions. Sorry, now I'm just going back to chat to catch up. I don't think Mark got abducted. He said it was cold out there, so I'm sure he wants to be out for as short a time as possible. Let's see if there's any other interesting stories. We now have space-grown lettuce. I don't know how interesting that story is, though. Oh yeah, I saw this too. I just see headlines. I don't really read too much on different things, but this says Betelgeuse isn't exploding. Its mysterious dimming turns out to be a giant dust sneeze. So there's been a lot of talk about Betelgeuse lately. I don't know if that was brought up by Mark recently. Let's see. Astronomer says, we see this all the time in red supergiants, and it's a normal part of their life cycle. Red supergiants will occasionally shed material from their surface, which will condense around the star as dust. As it cools and dissipates, the dust grains will absorb some of the light heading towards us and block our view. So, and I think this article is from 6 days ago, from March the 9th. So, again, this is on sciencealert.com.
I told you it was going to be boring. Is anyone even still watching?
Hopefully, I was telling them all sorts of fascinating stories.
Oh, cool. I don't know when it stopped. When this camera stopped working, but...
a while ago.
Okay, well, it's working now.
There we go.
Yeah. That's right, James Dugan. I talked about that tonight. We talked about the planet, the exoplanet that rains molten iron on its night side. Temperature on the front side is over 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit. And then on the dark side, where it gets a little bit cooler, the planet, the molten iron condenses, and it ends up raining out as molten iron. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I told about that story too while you were gone.
Oh, cool.
And about Betelgeuse.
Nice.
Not exploding, just sneezing.
Oh yeah, that's a good way to put it. Like a belch, right?
Mm-hmm. And we were looking at a place.
A place?
Yeah. I was scrolling back to try to mispronounce the name again. Apu something. Apu Huraira.
Oh, Abu Huraira, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, I saw.
And a theory, and someone's theory about that comet hitting
Okay.
North America and South America.
Yep.
Whose theory is it?
Okay, I do not have...
Younger Dryas, impact theory.
That's right. Younger
Yeah.
Dryas, yep.
No, I was working here while you were away.
No, that's good. Very pleased.
Mm.
Very cool. I was hoping I would just see Regulus in here, and I did not. So something's not right, and I'm going to have to do a deeper troubleshooting of this. So it's not right. Where is it? Where can it be? I think I saw it go by, so I have a feeling it's... There it was. Is that it?
Charles has a question.
Okay.
In regards to the hot Jupiter that rains
Yes.
iron.
Yeah.
Does the iron precipitation, I guess, on the dark side of the, wouldn't it like build up on the dark side and eventually unbalance the tidal lock?
No, this is iron that is actually it's raining out, but it's not. It's actually focused on all the way around the planet. Okay, it's going like all around the Terminator region of the planet. So think of it as like if anything, it's making kind of like an iron ring around the planet. So it wouldn't necessarily actually be like that, unfortunately. Okay, this is Regulus now. So I'm going to try something here. Let's try and sync right here. And see. Let's see if that works. So it wasn't aligned right, and now what I'm going to do is see if that did it. If it doesn't, then we're kind of sunk. So now I'll just come back down. We'll try and find. See, that's not exactly where the scope is. That's I'm synced on it now, so it should really be up there more. And there we go. And now. Let's actually try to go to another star. Let's go from Regulus. Let's back out of this a bit. Let's go to star that I'll recognize. Actually, let's try the Leo triplet and see if we can. No, I want to try a star because that way I'll get an instant gratification. Alright, let's go to this star. This is Churton. And now we should be going. We should see a star show up in our view. Let's see where it's going. Well, it claims it's there. It claims it's there. Well, let's test it. Let's test the theory. So, yeah, it doesn't look like the right place to me, but I'll take a 8-second photo and see. It doesn't look like the right place. Gosh. It's not right. Let's try something else here. Now this is why you can see that we're not necessarily getting the right stuff here.
So the alignment didn't work, or
The alignment star that The problem is that the finder where it has to go to see what I'm looking at, it doesn't. I can't reach it from where I am. I can't see it from the particular point of view because the telescope has aimed itself in a direction that's totally contrary to what I need. So I'm unable to see that the telescope is lining up on the star properly that I'm aligning on. And of course, all the other alignments are based on that. So that's a problem. So now I'm okay. Now see that's Regulus. It found Regulus. Oh, but it took it away. Aha. Okay, so it went to Regulus and then it took it away. Regulus is the brightest star in Leo. And now it thinks it's here, but it's not. It was actually looking at it. We just saw it right there. And then it whoop, took off someplace else. So, yeah, we're definitely all messed up with the telescope right now. Yay. Okay, let's see. Let's see if okay, now that's more like it wants to be. It thinks it's way wrong. Let's try doing something. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be successful with this tonight. It's too cold out there to align. You know?
That's what I was saying. You said it was cold out, so I figured you'd want to have it done as quickly as possible. People were thinking you got abducted.
I know. It's terrible. Yeah, if I take the telescope where it thinks it is. Now, is that star that star? If so, I should be able to put this right to the lower right of that, and it should be going toward Regulus. So let's find out. Uh-oh. That's Regulus. So yeah. This thing is pointing at the sky properly. Yes, it is. So the telescope, on the other hand, doesn't think that it's there. So now I have to figure out how to make the telescope think it's there. I know how. Let's get objects. Let's get stars. And let's get Regulus. Search for Regulus. Okay, we search for Regulus. There it is. And we say OK. And now those coordinates, now let's say sync. So those coordinates of Regulus now say that we're there. Now, I'm working out. See, I'm trying to avoid having to go out to the dome. This is what I would do if this was in Arizona. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and see if we can go over to Triton. Now, and here we go. Let's see if this works now. So Regulus should go away. And we should head over. There's Triton. I don't think that's it. don't think that's it. It's not bright enough. Well, one way to be sure is to go to something that's just undeniably going to be the one or not. So I figure while we're in the neighborhood, why don't we check out something that we would have, we'd notice, okay? And let's say that the Leo triplet maybe is the one. So we're going to go there. At least go to where it thinks the Leo triplet is. Okay, and to do that, oh, first we gotta do this. Okay. Alright, and let's get it to where it thinks we are. Sorry about the way this is coming out tonight, folks. I'm trying to, I'm bringing you along for the ride for doing the work on the scope here. Why not, Okay, let's go up to, let's say 25 seconds. Alright, I should have had enough time now. Do we have proper, let's check out our blue cam here. Okay, we should be fine there. Blue cam might be occluded, but that won't happen with a roll-off roof. So now we'll take this picture. And if it came out right, if I manage to sync, we should have this set of galaxies in our view. So let's see if we are going to. Pretty bright. Hey, look at that. It worked. So I got the synchronization thing fixed. That's actually good news. It means I can do it from a distance. Yeah.
Yay.
Yes, indeed, because otherwise that was really going to be a pain. Okay, let's continue to push our luck, shall we? We're going to go back to our view here. And our planetarium view. And we're going to pull out of this. I'd like to see that, but it's too low. Maybe you can come by here. Oh, there we go. Instead of the triplet, let's do measure 95 right here. Okay. There's measure 95, so we're going to go there. Now, it should go to a bright star initially to try and find. Okay, so that must have been Triton after all, that star. So it centers that. And then that'll zip away as it goes to here. Here we go. Okay, now we wait about, takes about 12 to 15 seconds to get a lock for the guide star. And then That's about good right there. And I know it's a black screen, but we should now take a picture. And we should see measure 95 right here. There it is. We should see that galaxy here. Let's find out. There it is. It's up there. So it's not dead center, but that's actually fine. If it's in the view, that's better than not being in the view. And where does this reside? Let's see. It says the scope is right on it, which is not true. So, doing the same thing I did before, let's go to Objects, Deep Sky, and let's hunt for Measure 95. No. M95. Okay, there it is, M95. Okay, we say okay. And now what I'm going to do is... Oh, I think I was premature in doing this. But it's alright. I have to set the speed here. Okay, now, what I'm going to do is go here. And I'm going to... Because measure 95 is up here in the corner. So what I gotta do is bring it down. Okay. And bring it over. So I'm gonna go 1, 4. I think I did this already, I'm not sure. Toward the west a little. That might be measure 95 over there. Okay, and now I will take another picture of just, again, we'll do 20 seconds here just because it's eating up so much. Yeah, okay, and we'll just do that. This is not a usable photo, but it's a placer just to see where we are. It should be right about here. Let's make a prediction. It'll be right here. Let's see if it was. And oh, no, wrong. What I thought was it was not it. It's there, so we gotta go pull that back up. Oops. Okay. Alright, so at least if I can see the stars, I know where it is. Okay, so now I know where it is. So I gotta take my cursor here, set the speed down to something really slow, like this. And now, when I do this, there we go. And then move it over. I believe now it's right there. So that said, now I can pick the...
Once this is all sorted out, will you be able to see the bars on M95?
Oh, maybe I would have to do a complete I would have to do a complete stack and so forth.
Okay.
So let's do this. Let's go down now. I just synced it again. So this will be 25.6, and we got to turn this off. All right, and then this will come back 20 seconds. Let's try going right to 30 seconds and see what we get. We're waiting for it to acquire right now, by the way. And what I mean by acquire is that back here, you can't see it, but on the other side of this area here is the sensor, which actually is acquiring a guide scope, a guide star. So, and we're looking kind of straight up there, which is kind of cool. All right, so now let's take a 30-second photo. See what we get. Acquisition is the key to wealth. It's also the key to a good set of images. Hey, Keisha Fowler, how's it going? Nice to see you here. Thank you for coming out.
A fellow mod over at Agenda Free TV.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
I think it's really cool to see people from the astronomy community over there. Or anywhere else on YouTube. I love running into random people I know from this community elsewhere.
Isn't it great?
It's so cool.
Here we go. Okay, so this was a 30-second photo. Oh, looks like we're a little out of focus. That explains some things. Alright, so I see a star there. Let me get us into a focusing view. And let me see if I can grab a star image. Unfortunately, there's no bright stars in this area. So, what I have to do is get us to a focusing area we can focus, I should say. Or that means just going up to, say this star. Let's go down to this guy. Right here. We're going down to this star. Taking a trip to a star, guys. Alright. Here it is. Weehaw. So come down here. The sound coming from the dome's a little bit late. You hear that sound, right, of the telescope moving?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, where'd you go? Why'd you do that? Unless it was actually lining up on a different star and then pulling that star in. Okay. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, good. So
A lot of people really enjoy hearing that sound. Daniel said he was one. But there was someone else. I can't remember who it was. Was it Dagger?
No, it was Jennifer Miko.
But Jennifer Miko.
She
Okay.
loved to hear the sound of the telescope, and I thought it was actually really cool. The sound of the operations are really cool. Okay, so let's bring this over here. Get into my focus range, and let's do a focus run. Because it's not focused, apparently. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's out of focus. That looks better. Now, let's take a photo for a short amount of time, just 13 seconds at 25,600 of this location. And then we'll see what is going on, if anything. Okay, so here's the star. Yeah, what do we got for focus? What do we got? Yeah, looks like it's a little oblate. Now, why would it be? I'm not sure why that's oblate. Okay, I don't know. Not sure why. But at least the telescope is aligned now. and a little better focused. Okay, let's go up to the Leo collection of galaxies one more time. And go here to Measure 105 and... Alright, there's our alignment. We get to a particular star. And now we should be lined up on this. Hey, Dr. Fox, thanks for coming. Good night, Charles. Alright, let's see what this shows us now. "25 seconds at 25,600 on Measure 105, a galaxy in Leo." Let's make sure that it's actually on that galaxy in Leo. And it is. Look at that. We got several of them in the view here. But to show you those, I need to actually get out of this mode so you can see. Alright, there we go. Yeah. So, to give you an idea where we are, okay, we are looking at these three galaxies right here. We have M105 to the right. We have NGC 3380 or 3394, 3384 right here. Also known as this guy right here is also known as PGC 2292 for those who care. And then NGC 3389 right here. And when we look back at our show here, there they are. Three of them show really nicely. This one's the brightest, of course, and then this one's second brightest, and this is the least brightest. So it's really cool. Now those are galaxies that are SB. Let me see. This guy here, that is M105. That's an elliptical called an E1. So it's a fairly tight elliptical. This one, 3384, is an it's labeled an SO. That means it doesn't have very many spiral arms that are visible. Now this guy down here, however, this particular galaxy is really kind of strange. It doesn't have it looks like to me like an SC, all right, but I can't really tell because it doesn't have NGC 3389 doesn't have a given type, but I'm going to actually see if I can find out what it is, because it does look like an SC to me. You know, but it could be what's called a peculiar galaxy. It's a spiral for sure. It's a spiral for sure. And so when we look at it, 3389, it does have a strange shape, but it looks like a spiral to me. But NGC 3389 is part of a trio of these galaxies. We have 3384, and then of course 105, which is that elliptical. And I think as far as this spiral, it's actually it's the least bright, so that, and you can kind of see the spiral arms in there. It's sort of hard. And next time we get together, we're going to be using the high-end filter. But the trouble with that is, like I said, the pictures you take are going to have to be longer. And the reason for that, of course, is because the longer exposure is required for the filter, which is somewhat darker. Let's just try, for fun, let's try a 30-second photo at 32,000 on this set of galaxies, just to see what we'll get. Daniel, the A, B, and C describe the tightness of the spiral arms. There's a spiral that has sort of like it looks like a spiral shape, but you don't see any spiral arms. That's an SO. And then an SA is a tightly wound spiral, SB less wound, and SCs are like ours. Okay, we have a few little glitches in the guiding, and that's probably because I need to shift this back. So I'm messing around with this. You're welcome, Daniel. Okay, so now let's go down to here, and we'll go down to there, and then here, and we're gonna do a number 10 for that, and then we're gonna go down again and enter this and do a 10 for that. Okay, and then enter. What am I doing? I'm actually setting up the auto guiding process to be a little bit more refined. So let's try it again and see what we get. And instead of a blank screen, we can look at the last image we took, which is this guy right here. Yeah, it's really pretty. And let's see if these star images are any better when we come back. I think they will be, actually. So we're almost there. We're gonna find out. Yeah, now they're perfect. See that? And now you can see some detail in here, actually. So this is pretty good. Although the star images are still a little soft, I can probably focus even better. But I would really have to go do some of that. Spend some time doing some focusing. Get us to another location. And as it is, I'm getting tired. I really kind of lost all my energy going out there to do this. But maybe just one more. I always say that, don't I? Alright, so to do this one more, let's see now. We're going to go to an area. This square represents the rough field of view of the telescope. We can't, I don't have the dome aiming over there yet, but we have the Virgo galaxies all over here, you see? And those are just like a feast for the eyes, and we'll check those out next time. But I want to actually get the focus straight here for once. So let's actually go down to this star. It's not a very bright star, and that's actually helpful. So let's see if we can put both of these in the view. Probably can't, so I'll put one in the view, and then we'll see what we get. Okay, so to do this, let's tell it to go. So now the telescope is heading that way. First, it's going over to Regulus here, and it's going to put Regulus. You'll see it right here if it comes out a little bit. Okay, it's just trying to align itself on Regulus. There we go. And then once it aligns it and centers it, it's going to go shooting off to this location here, which I told it to go to. And right about now, maybe. And go. Come on. There we go. Okay, and there's the star I told it to go to, which is good. Yeah, this will give me plenty of focusing capability. Daniel, what's going on? Okay, now we're gonna go back and do this. Okay. What's going on here? Where is my... Here I am wondering...
No, he's not at the new place yet, Keisha. Still in Connecticut.
Oh yeah, if it was the new place, there'd be no going to bed tonight. I promise you. This location is just beyond. It is beyond amazing at this new location. So. What's going on here? Why isn't that working? Okay, well, either way, I can get a focus done. All right, let's go down to just 15 seconds. Try 15 seconds here. Oh, I can't wait either. Let me tell you, Keisha, the sky there. I said this at the beginning of the radio show, SkyTour Radio tonight. I actually found that my eyes were they were tearing up from seeing the beautiful, amazing sights. It was just incredible. Okay. In spite of the fact that I have that going on, I do believe that focus is a lot better right now. Take another one because I could be in the middle of a periodic error loop within the telescope. That happens from time to time. Or the auto guide is not working. But 15 seconds, I shouldn't have had this problem. Yes, it's better. So yeah, so now we're focused. Okay, well, at this point, the nice thing is when I finish up for the night now, I don't do anything other than close the dome. It's at the point now where I actually shut off everything, without having to deal with going out there to mess with anything. I do have to close the dome manually. That's the only thing I do. And that's actually kind of cool. Being the only thing I gotta do is great. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this tonight. I know that it was a little bit flaky because of the telescope issues. And I apologize for that. But I think that the next time we're going to have to start digging through the clusters of galaxies out there and check them out now that everything is aligned again. So I hope you guys had a good time. Thank you for coming along. Again, sorry this one wasn't quite as good as the others. But again...
Well, hopefully I entertained them while you were away.
Oh, you know what? I didn't hear what you said, but I'll have to... When I listen back, I'll say, she said what?
God.
No, I won't. I would never do that. So anyway, you guys have a good evening. I'm heading out to take care of the things that I have to do out here. What I'm going to do right now, and I'll let you see this. This is kind of cool. I'll show you what goes on. So if I do this and I bring up the size of my observatory in observatory cam. Now what I'm going to do is it's time to put the scope in its position that what's called parked. It's parked position, and that will put it where the telescope is at one particular spot that will always know where it is when you turn it back on. So here it goes. You'll see the telescope now move. You'll hear it move. Yep.
That's it?
That's the parked spot. And now the telescope says, okay, you can turn me off.
Oh, I thought it was like gonna go right down and kind of compress in on itself.
Oh, no. That's the park spot, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then after it parks like that, then I can go out there, right? And if you look at the screen, it says, you know, turn the telescope off. So, and to do that, all I have to do is I can get out of this, okay, and get out of this program. You can't see what I'm doing, so I'm going to bring this down. Okay. And then I get out of this. And, yes. Okay. And then that's shut down. And then this is now going to be shut down. And let me go here and just pull out a bit. And
Tara says you have a beautiful telescope.
oh, thank you, Tara. And now you'll see there's a light on in the dome down here. That's, you know, that light that's in the dome is actually a very important light because it also serves to tell me if something is going on in the dome. And so what I'll do is I have a circuit that I wrote that actually takes care of things. And so when I come in here, this will all be automated in Arizona. But here what I do is I put in the number 2, and when I hit submit, you'll see it'll say turn telescope off, and you'll see the light go off in the dome. So watch over in the dome, okay, over here, right in this box. Okay, when I hit submit, watch. Okay, boom, telescope is now off. The only thing that has to happen is I have to close the cover of the telescope. And that cover, by the way, I made an automated system to open and close the cover on the telescope here. So that's something that will be going in.
Katie wants to know what editor that is.
Okay, yeah, this is the Arduino, work environment, the IDE. And the IDE is, I wrote the program in here to actually control the telescope. This is one piece. I've got a much longer program that I've got online on the online version, and that's going to be the observatory control program that's going to run everything. So there I'm dealing with many different channels and so forth that I have to operate and run, and that works well. You know, it's working very well. So here's our current view of the sky. It's a beautiful night sky, but my mind is gone crazy. I'm kind of out of energy. So this will go all night and take pictures, and then I'll add them and make them into a big, beautiful AVI tomorrow. That is a nice AVI file. movie. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for coming along. I will leave us going, look at the night sky for a while, and I'll leave the blue cam on so you can watch me close up the dome. It'll be hopefully one of the last times I have to do any of this manually. But that's for me to know. And I can't wait to actually be able to say, and here we do. We just push a button and everything happens. Dome closes. Telescope shuts its cover by itself because I wrote that little circuit to go in there, and it's going to automatically close this thing up. And it'll be fun. So I'll leave this running, and I'll head out and go close up the dome. All right. So I do want to thank you, Amanda, for coming on. It was really appreciated. It was very nice of you to come up on board with us.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Of course.
Thank you, everyone, for coming out and hanging out with us tonight, as always.
Yeah. I want to say good night to everybody, and I didn't say hi yet to Jamie Judd. Hi there. I didn't say hi to Katie Q, who showed up here. That's great. And I didn't say hi to Bobby Burgess. At least those are the ones that I caught that I hadn't said hi to. So I apologize for that, but I caught you now and said hi. And we'll see you again. James Dugan, we'll see you again as well. But I'm going to drop our volumes here, Amanda, and let you get to doing what you have to do, and I will head out there and take care of close up, and you'll watch me on the screen. You'll see it. But anyway, you guys have a good night, and when I come in, I'll actually stop the stream. So thank you, Amanda.
Okay, thank you. Good night, all.
All right, good night.